1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Nice looking Monday morning. A little bit cool out there. Nothing to complain about, really. Matt Gibbs is in the studio. This is Auto Repair with Personal Care, and your questions are an important part of the show. If you'd like to call Matt during the show, the number is 622-9622. I encourage you to interrupt us because your questions are really important. We do learn from listening to your questions, but we can't have dead air, so we talk. And we wait for your call. So 622-9622. In addition to Sunrise Automotive, Matt is also the owner of Crossroad Auto Sales, where if the car is just beyond repair or you're just sick and tired of it, go get a new or a new used car that Matt has given his approval of, and that's the important part of Crossroad Auto Sales. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, Larry.
How's everything with you?
Good. It's a beautiful Monday morning.
Nice. Was your weekend okay? I know you said you did not go to the parade.
No, I did not. No, I was busy Saturday.
One of the few people who stayed home.
One of the few. No, there was quite a few people out and about.
Yeah, I bet there was.
Yeah.
The roads were crazy after the parade, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of cars. A lot of potential business for you.
A lot of potential business.
Have you ever done like a market study to see, like, when you set up your shop, where you set it up? Mm-hmm. Was that just whatever was available, or did you pick that location for a reason?
Well, we definitely outgrew our first facility.
Like the way a restaurant does. A restaurant is very picky about where they set up.
I've always been taught location. Yeah, so, that was on my mind. It was definitely, I didn't want to be off a back road or something like that. But what happened was the building that's right next door to me is where I was supposed to go. The building I'm in today was brand new, just had been built. And the building next door to where I am now was a body shop, and the city wouldn't allow a paint booth in the body shop. So that guy was going to move because he needed a paint booth. He had a body shop. Yeah. So I started talking to him, and I was going to take over his lease. And I went down there to sign all the papers, and the man that owned all the buildings in that area, he happened to be there. And when I went down there to sign the papers, the guy with the body shop said that he wasn't going to leave. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
And the man that owned all the property right there, he came to me and said, hey, I have this other building. It's brand new. I was the very first person in it. Would you be interested in moving in here? And we became pretty good friends. And he really helped us out a lot. He really helped me get started. And we've been there ever since.
That's God working in your life. I know that's not hard to convince you.
No,
but I believe that when I hear those kind of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how far back how long ago was that?
Almost 20 years.
Wow, you've been there 20 years?
Almost 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out perfectly for you.
It sure did. I mean, we ended up after renting it from him for 2 years. He came to me and said, "Hey, listen, I want you to own this." And this is what I'm willing to do. And he held the paper for me for we had a 5-year deal.
Wow.
And after 2 years, I went to the bank and I went and financed it. And then, later on, everything got all messed up because when Joey got paralyzed,
right.
Everything changed. Everything shifted. Mm-hmm. And I ended up actually losing the building.
But you're still in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what the lawyer said when he called me. He said, "How can we foreclosed on this building? How can you still be in there?" And at that time, I had a partner. I took on a partner just as the time Joey got hurt, and he kind of helped me.
So you're not on thin ice right now, are you?
No, he actually bought the building. He bought it personally. From the bank after they foreclosed on it.
Wow.
And then it was time for us to go our separate ways. After 3 years of heartache and I was useless, I just woke up one morning and I felt like God just kind of he did something to me while I was sleeping, because I woke up and I felt alive again. and it was time for me to get busy again. And that at the end of that particular week, my partner came to me and said, "We don't need to be partners anymore. You're there. You're fine. I want to go do this. You want to go do that. Let's." So in our deal, in the separation of our partnership, I ended up with the building that I lost in foreclosure. I ended up getting it back.
That is amazing.
Free and clear. So
I know this is a car show, but I have a real personal question to ask you. So when you had that night where God did something to you and you woke up and were ready to live again, did Joey also go through a metamorphosis like that?
Joey it was, and I'm proud to say this, he was the backbone of our family. He's the one that ended up paralyzed.
Yeah.
And he was the backbone of our family. He never lost the faith. He never went into a holler. He never was depressed.
Wow.
Never. He was always, when Joey got hurt, okay, I don't think I've ever told you this, but I was there the day he got hurt. And when he crashed, I mean, when he was in the air, I knew it was going to be bad.
Oh, gosh.
And so I'm running while he's still up in the air. He hadn't even landed yet, and I'm running.
Oh, God.
And when I got there, he was paralyzed right then and there. And he was 11 years old. It was September 18th of 2008.
Wow.
He was 11 years old, and he looked up at me, and he said, "Dad, can I still be a dad?" That was his first question.
Wow.
And
and you didn't know, of course.
And I didn't understand all that we would just now have entered into. I didn't understand all that. And as the helicopter came and landed and took him away, and I jumped in my truck and I'm heading to Shands, when I got to the emergency room at Shands, the director of trauma, emergency medicine, came out to me and explained to me the severity of his injury, and I said, "I need to speak to a urologist." And she's like, "No, sir, you need, in this particular injury, you need to speak to the neurosurgeon, and the neurosurgeon is on his way." I said, "No, ma'am, I need to speak to a urologist." And we went back and forth. For it seemed like for 10 minutes. But, we went back and forth. And finally I said, "Ma'am, you don't understand." The first question he asked me after he knew he was paralyzed,
11 years old,
was, could he still be a dad?
Wow.
And she said, "Let me go get you a urologist." So the urologist came, and me and him had a talk. And I said, will you go in with me and talk to my son? And he said, "Sure." And so we went in there, and we didn't get into all the details of, what all that meant, but he assured him that he could still be a dad.
Oh, wow.
And from that moment on, as long as he knew he could still be a dad, I can figure out all the rest of it. And
a beautiful story, beautiful relationship.
But for me personally, to this day, if you come by the shop, ask to see the chair. There's a chair sitting next to my toolbox in the shop that I put there the first time I went back to the shop after we got back from the hospital. And that's where I sat for 3 years, in that chair. Everybody was sitting in the office doing their stuff. I'd sit in that chair. And I keep that chair there just to remind me of where I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. The show is about cars. If you have a car question, call in. But if you don't mind, I have something I want to tell you and then ask you, I guess. On Friday, Robin and I, we did our Christmas songs at a local nursing home, and there was a guy there. Now, the guy he's an older guy, maybe close to 90. 2 months earlier, we had seen the guy. We had seen him many times when we played there before, but 2 months ago, he said he was told he only had days to live. You okay? You want me to take a break?
No.
You okay? So he told us 2 months ago that he had only a few days to live. I think that's exactly how he said it. That he had only 5%, 7% of his kidneys working, something like that. Okay. So when we went back 2 months later, which was Friday, we both thought he was gone because he wasn't out there. Now here he comes, hand in hand with an old lady that he now he has a relationship with a woman. Okay. Prior to that, there was never a woman ever with him. But he's holding hands with her, and he's alive.
Wow.
So we asked the woman who would know the answer, what's going on with him? I don't want to say his name, but she said, "Oh, it's unbelievable. This woman moved in. his whole spirit changed. Stop. They've got a relationship going. And, well, what about his kidneys? Yeah, it's still 7%, whatever it is, and he's probably doesn't have much time to live, but he's looking alive.
Wow.
And so I really think, in God and his genius, I mean, he put Eve here for Adam, and every one of us has somebody.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting how... And does Joey have a girlfriend?
Sad to say, he did.
He did.
For 2 years. But they have... They broke up.
But he's okay. I mean, it's like a normal at that age.
And if and I know that this is a car show.
I know.
But the story behind it is, to me, is phenomenal. Do you want to hear it?
I'd love to hear it. Yeah.
They had a situation. I'm very involved in I have 6 children, and I probably wasn't as involved with some of my children like I am with Joey. Mm-hmm. Not because he was paralyzed, but we've always been joined at the hip ever since he was little, which I regret because I should have been that way with all my children. And but he wanted to get into this relationship with this girl, and they go to church together and they went to school together and stuff, and I really wasn't for it.
And this was after being paralyzed?
Oh, yeah, this is after being paralyzed. And I really wasn't for it, not because he was paralyzed or just because I didn't think he was mature enough to be in this type of relationship. I take these things very seriously, and he came to me, it was about a month ago, and he came to me and he explained to me a situation that happened between the two of them. Something happened, and he responded this in a certain way. And she got upset at the way he responded. And she went to him and said, "Why didn't you respond this way?" And Joey said, "I never thought about responding that way. I didn't think to respond that way." And he came to me and he said, "Dad," he said, "I understand now what you were saying." Because he didn't think the way that she would have thought, he didn't feel that he was mature enough to be in this relationship any longer.
Oh, wow.
And that he wasn't ready to be in this type of relationship, and that it's not good for them to be in this type of relationship. And I admire the maturity that he took.
Wow, yeah.
And now she was hurt pretty bad, and I love this girl. She's like a daughter to me. And I think over time, maybe, that they will be able to have the relationship that they can have at this time in their lives.
Interesting. So we have this mistletoe. We go into the mall, we sing. Sometimes if we see a young couple, well, it doesn't be a young couple, any couple, Robin will hold the mistletoe, or Doug in some cases. So the other day there was a young guy in a wheelchair and a girl. And it was not as easy to tell that they were a couple, because when you're both standing and holding hands, it's easier to tell that you're a couple. Right. But when you're being pushed in a wheelchair, it's hard to tell it's just a couple or not. Well, anyway, Robin took a chance and put it over their heads, and it was the sweetest thing because she bent down and gave him a kiss. He's in the wheelchair. Oh. So I thought of you, and I thought of your son.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a little break. We do have cars on the agenda,
yes,
and some car stuff. So if you want to call in with a car question, this is a good time to call. Do the little break, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A beautiful day today with lots of sunshine. The afternoon high 69 to 73. And clear tonight with lows ranging from the upper 30s in a few inland spots to the mid 40s along the coast. Tomorrow, pleasant day with plenty of sunshine, the high 70 to 74. Wednesday, partly sunny, high 69 to 73. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. right here on The Source, WOCA. Don't miss Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with your hosts, Francois Cousinet and Julianne Cousinet. They'll be giving you information about your retirement funds and answering your questions with live call-in. So don't miss it, Saturdays from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Dad's service to our country is something we're all proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and his country. As Veterans Funeral Specialist, Hires Baxley Funeral Services helped us celebrate Dad's life, and they can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-342-9628 or visit hires-baxley.com/visit.
Yes, it's Christmas days at WOCA. It's time for you to call in now for your chance to win 732-8000.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Happy holidays from all of us at WOCA.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
All right, 21 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Matt Gibbs is in the studio. Auto Repair with Personal Care is the show, and the personal care part was really evident in the first part. Well, that's kind of why I think we like a show like this. We get to know the person behind the expertise.
Right.
There's something else to it, obviously. So we have we've been doing these Christmas songs, and there's one song, Jingle All the Way, in a 57 Chevrolet. You know how they changed the words, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, isn't that really appropriate? Because when the songs were first written, I mean, we don't ride around in horses anymore and carriages and all that. We have cars.
That's right.
Who did the 57 Chevrolet line, by the way? Who did that? Do you remember?
I don't.
Jingle All the Way. Do you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I know what you're talking about.
All right, you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah, morning, Matt.
Morning.
Say, have you ever heard of emergency brakes failing? And the reason I'm asking is, I myself, and I don't know if anybody that ever just tests them to see if they work or not. You just take for granted.
Well, here's my deal on this. I don't even know what an emergency brake even is. People call it an emergency brake, but I don't know what that is. The little pedal that you push down on the car, it's a parking brake. It's not an emergency brake. It can be used in the case of an emergency, just like if it's a real bad emergency, throw that sucker up and park. You know, I mean, if you had to stop, downshift it, put it in park, press down the parking brake, shut the car, shut the key off, you know. But they're not emergency brakes; they're actually parking brakes, and a lot of times, They need to be adjusted just like the rest of the brake system needs to be adjusted and cleaned and serviced.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I suppose if you lived in a hilly area, like let's say San Francisco, you probably would automatically, just like you put your seatbelt on, would hit your parking brake because you're at a kind of an angle. You know, you don't want your car rolling down a hill or not.
Yeah, you don't want to. That's right.
But you know, like if you're going like let's say 40, 50 miles an hour, and for some reason your brakes don't work. Would that stop you?
Well, it would slow you down. It's not meant to stop you. A lot of the new cars, they don't even have, you used to pull the handle to release them. Now you got to mash, you push it down, and then you got to push it further, and then it releases. So it's not been desired. I don't know where the emergency brake name came from. I don't know if it's back in the, back in the 40s, 50s, if that's what they called it, because that's what they called it.
Yeah.
But today, in today's cars, it's just not an emergency brake. Here's the other thing is, let's say you're traveling down the road at 30, 40 miles an hour, you don't have brakes, and you mash that thing, and if those back brakes lock up, you are going around in circles because the back end is going to try to get to the front end. And that's just going to be physics. So if in a case of no brakes, do everything you can. Downshift it. Turn the key off. Hit your parking brake. Do whatever you got to do to slow the vehicle down.
So you mean like if you've got automatic transmission, you just go from neutral to park?
Yeah, throw it in park or throw it down in first gear. Just do whatever you need to do to get that car to slow down.
It probably isn't the best thing for the transmission, though, huh?
Nope, it's not the best thing for the transmission.
Save your life, though.
But yeah, hit it.
That's when we go come see you, huh?
Yeah, I can do that. I do that.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All righty.
Yeah, I heard that answer coming because I remember that coming up before. Yeah, I test mine all the time though. Every time I park, I'm testing it.
And you got the handle. You just pull up.
I pull it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like not using it. You know why? Because one time I didn't use it, and basically my transmission was holding me in place.
Right.
And then I couldn't get it in gear.
Yeah, because it's really tight on the park ball.
Yeah, something was wrong, and I finally figured it out that I had to push it forward just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit to get that tension off the transmission.
And you have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
What's the telephone number of Sunrise Automotive?
My telephone number is 352-690-1993.
Well, hold on just a second. My pencil dropped. 352, okay.
690.
Okay.
1993.
What was that again?
1993.
Okay, 1993. Where's it located?
It's on 1800 Northwest 10th Street. It's right. It's on Highway 27.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop over there sometime.
Okay, come on by.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. See? Either that's your brother and just giving you a nice commercial, or your personal story endears him to you. I don't know. I love that kind of stuff. The stuff you were talking about. I like when I hear about the people who I work with. I mean, and I work with you with my car. Plus, we do this here. Right. So, which, by the way, I got to come in and get my oil changed. I keep putting it off and putting it off. I'm okay though, right? I mean, because
I don't know. I
haven't gone that far. I've just gone a long time.
A long time.
I only got 4 miles to work, so I can't be putting that many miles.
But on the weekends, you and Robin, y'all scour the countrysides. I hear about y'all going all over the place.
Not lately. Not in a while. No. All right. So over the river and through the woods. So next Monday. I mean, you'll be here the Monday before Christmas, or are you going away?
No, I'll be here.
You will be here.
I'll be here. We got I do want to throw out before we get off the air, Crossroad Auto Sales with the help of Dan from right here at the radio station.
Right.
We are creating and we're working on our website.
Is it ready right now?
It's actually I've got 9 vehicles posted.
What is it? Tell me. I'm going to go.
It's called CrossroadSales.com. CrossroadSales.com.
Okay. Crossroad. Oh, jeez, I can't type. RoadSales.com. Okay, I found it. Let's see. See what it looks like. Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, nice looking site. And it's got a picture of your building, a map. Where's the cars?
Go to inventory.
Okay, inventory. Okay. Current inventory. Oh, you got motorcycles.
That's Dan's. Dan's selling a motorcycle.
Oh, that's one motorcycle.
Yeah.
All those different pictures.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like when the car is in the location. I was telling you before we went on the air that I worked for a newspaper that used to take the pictures of the cars, and in my job, because I was, a graphic artist?
Yeah, there you go.
And they had to cut out the car with the computer. Oh, you got a nice truck for sale. Everybody tells me I should get a truck. They say, you're too small, too big for that car. You agree?
Yeah.
I should get a truck?
Or an SUV.
How much is that truck? $2,000? No.
Down.
Oh, that says down underneath it? That's a 2005?
Yeah.
It's a nice looking truck. Oh, wow. We're out of time. I got to play your song. Here it comes. All right, Matt, thank you.
You're welcome.
And what's your phone number again?
690-1993.
Call us here if you need Matt's information repeated. We'll tell you where he is and what his phone number is. And let me give Matt thumbs up. Everybody here uses Matt as a mechanic. I hate to say uses you, but we do. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Gunman's been holding several hostages in a cafe since early in the day.
Hostages are being forced to press their hands against the window, with the gunman rotating them every couple of hours. Earlier on, they were seen holding a flag bearing the Islamic creed, "There is no God but the God Muhammad."
Lorna Dunkley of Sky News. Earlier, 5 hostages escaped. The suspect's been ID'd as an Iranian refugee with a criminal past. Police in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, investigating a shooting at a home. There have been word a man barricaded inside was a suspect in 5 killings at 3 sites. A midnight deadline for getting government insurance coverage for next year.
Americans currently enrolled in Affordable Care Act plans can shop around potentially with higher premiums. Nearly 7 million people have coverage through the law. The Obama administration hopes to have that figure top 9 million by next year.
Fox Radio's Jared Halpern at the White House. Fox News. We report, you decide.
To give you your gift.
Me too. And I don't want to brag, but it's perfect. Like 4 million pixels perfect.
You got me a Samsung Galaxy Tab S? I thought we had a price limit.
It was on sale. I'm sure your gift is great too. It's not like you got me a candle or something.
Me?
Nah. Get $50 off the 10.5-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab S at your local Best Buy today. Connected tablets not included. Offer valid December 14th through December 20th. Other restrictions may apply. See participating stores for details while supplies last.
So much has changed since Geico started saving people money over 75 years ago. We weren't attached to our smartphones like today. Smartphones didn't exist. If you wanted to talk to someone, you just hollered out your back door. Hey, Darla, want to go steady? No chance? Okay, then. We had no privacy. But hey, with Geico, we always had good car insurance.
Geico, saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years.
Yes, it's that time of year again. Christmas days at WOCA, and we are in the spirit of giving. What you need to do to win is call us when we ask you to, and we'll put your name in the drawing. Remember, you can only put your name in once. You may win a certificate from Pac Mail, or one from Ocala Utilities, or one from Downtown Jewelry and Pawn of Bellevue, or Dance Alive, or... So listen to put your name in, and listen to win on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Yes, it's Christmas days at WOCA. It's time for you to call in now for your chance to win 732-8000.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available